Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Alicia from Pure CBD Vapors. Today we're going to be doing a brand interview series with one of the top brands in CBD. Let's get started.
Hey everybody, my name is Chris Coward and I'm the founder and CEO of Blue Moon Hemp BMH Ventures. With me is Matt Byrne, our National Director of Sales. And we're here to talk to you about Blue Moon Hemp and our sister brand, Swiss Relief. It's been a long journey. We were one of the original pioneers in the industry. I first was exposed to CBD in the fall of 2014 and repaired a shoulder injury related to golf that I was able to avoid surgery on, and became a believer. Spent all 15 kind of researching it because it was so unknown. And in January of 2016, I launched Blue Moon Hemp. We started in the vape space because back then that was the only place that CBD was currently being sold. And I knew less about vape than I did about CBD, which was nothing. But we quickly found out that with some ingenuity and some good luck and some great attraction with some good formulators, we created the best tasting e-liquid vape in the industry and came to dominate the vape space over the next 4 years in over 5,000 shops. And then Swiss Relief was born in late 2017 and debuted in 2018. And it's the more mainstream brand. You can see the white cross, Celtic cross on the red background. And it's been a wonderful journey. Not only have we helped to pioneer and raise awareness of what CBD is and how it works, but we've had incredible interactions and experiences with our customers over the years and have helped literally hundreds of thousands.
And where are you guys located?
We're located in South Florida. Pompano Beach is our corporate headquarters. And we have labs in Miami, Scottsdale, California, and Kentucky.
Where do you guys source your CBD from?
So everything you see here is domestically sourced. We've got multiple farms across the country. We've been partnered with farms in Kentucky since inception of the company. But as the industry has expanded into different products like CBG concentrates and different cannabinoids that are being incorporated into the CBD products, we had to expand our farm source system. So we're working with farms in Oregon, Colorado now, and the list continues to grow. Just to kind of touch on what Chris mentioned, one of the most unique things about this industry when he started was this is the first time in a long time that I've given someone a product and I didn't have to call them back to ask how they did. They called me back to tell me how well this worked for them. So within 2 weeks of working together, I realized right away, this is the real deal. And 4 years later, here we are.
And what do you guys think really separates your brand from all the other CBD brands?
Well, I would have to say it's our pedigree. The fact is that we started early and we chartered a course that said we were only going to be best of class. And we've earned that. These awards indicate that, they're verification of that. But it came about through a labor of love and hard work and science to get to that end goal. In other words, it wasn't slapdash. We don't depend on other people to make our products. We control the process so we know what's there. We use top of the line ingredients in everything. And it cost us more, but I always said that people will pay for the quality. And that's what we've been from day one. Many people call it the Cadillac brand of CBD. It's simply the best in class. And we continue to do that. And we put a lot of our resources back into research and development to continue the evolution of creating new products, better products, new delivery systems, isolating the minors and beginning the combination effects so that we can target certain conditions inside the body. We are not a medical company. We do not make any medical claims. However, we do know that CBN has a sedative effect. We do know that CBG has a more inflammatory relief pattern. So as you're able to adjust those levels up and down, you're going to get a blend that may say calm, or you may have one that may say rest.
Yep.
And it'll help to enhance those things. So I think just the fact that we've been there and have always done it right, and we're available. We provide great feedback to our client base, both on a corporate and on a retail level. We like to think that we provide some level of trust and authority for questions that come into our website and our customer service line. So if we don't know the answer, we're going to go find it for you.
Yeah. Kind of to piggyback on what Chris said, it's one of those things where we've never purported to be the cheapest brand around, but we are absolutely the premium brand available at the best pricing. And it's allowed our customer base to afford a top quality product without breaking the pocketbook, which is the case for a lot of the other premium brands out there. And you don't want their only option to be a substandard brand. So we decided, you know what, we're going to tackle that market.
Now, can you explain to me a little bit about the manufacturing and extraction process?
Absolutely. So the manufacturing and the extraction, this happens on site at our processing facilities at the different farms located across the country. For all of our extraction, it's a whole plant extraction process using cold pressed CO2. So it's the cleanest extraction method, leaves behind no heavy metals, no contaminants, free radicals that can get into the body. You're left with a pure CBD that's upwards of 99.6 to 99.8% pure. This extraction method also leaves you with what's called 000 non-detectable THC. That's very important to us because at that level, it's non-detectable for a drug test. So that means individuals in the military, individuals dealing with certain legal issues, anybody that can't have THC showing up on a drug test but needs the benefits of CBD, that's our market. Not to mention, everybody else that needs CBD. But what we do is we'll take that CO2 extracted crystalline and we'll emulsify it into our tinctures, our salves, our gummies. So you're seeing consistency not only from month to month, but throughout every product in the lineup. Really important these days because most products out there, you test them 1 month, it's not going to be the same percentage as the next month. And maybe not for everybody, but for a lot of people, it's very important that they're getting a consistent regimen.
Yeah, and one of the things we do with that, we call it our seal of purity and potency, SOP. And what that is, all of our products are third-party lab tested by batch number, lot number. So you can go on the website and track your product to that specific lot and read the test results of the product. So there's no heavy metals, there's no solvents, there's no pesticides, herbicides, insecticides.
Yeah.
You're getting pure CBD with pure constituent ingredients, and that's going to give you a desired effect, right? I mean, if you use products that are ultra cheap, there's probably a reason for that. Product that comes in out of China and India, which there is quite a bit in the market, I would rate as substandard and I would not use. We never have, we never will. We are all domestic product, and with FDA labs doing the testing, et cetera, you're insured of the quality.
Great. What type of quality control measures do you guys have in place?
We tested at every level. It's tested in the field before it's harvested. It's tested 3 times during the extraction process. When it comes to our facility, it's tested again. Once it goes into formulation, then it's tested as it comes out by us, and then it's tested by a third-party lab. So again, there's just a constant scrutiny and verification that the product is everything that's, we say, what's trust the label. What's on the label is in the bottle, and that's not always the case.
So there's a QR code on every item that we ship out that is easily accessible to anybody with a smartphone that will actually bring them back to the lab results for that batch of product. This is something that is really kind of changing the game for a lot of people, allowing them to differentiate between substandard products and products that they really want to put into their daily regimen. So yeah, people buy a product from us, they get it in the mail, they take a picture of that QR code, and they can see the detailed analysis, of that lab report, ensuring no heavy metals, no pesticides, no herbicides, 000 non-detectable THC level. All these measures that Chris touched on, and the QR code. We've been doing this for probably close to 2 years now.
We were the first to put the QR code on the label.
Yeah, exactly. So these standard kind of requirements as far as safety and protocol, we kind of adopted a little bit previous, knowing that was coming down the road. So, we're kind of hitting the ground running on that end.
Yeah, and we are part of several trade associations and some national lobbies in Washington, and we kind of have a sense of what we think that the industry is going towards, and we're gearing ourselves for that. All that being said, it's the government, and sometimes they take longer than they say they will, and sometimes they act quicker than you ever thought they could. But we're always trying to be as Matt indicated, way ahead of the curve in terms of our compliance, in terms of our reporting, our information availability, and we want it to be hard because there's too many other companies that are sprouting up that do not have those verification methods, that do not have that testing, you don't know where their CBD came from. In other words, we could track it all the way from the field into the bottle, so it's seed to bottle. And I would venture to say that well over half of the newer companies that are out there just simply don't have that. So caveat emptor, buyer beware, but you want to make sure that you know what you're getting.
Yep.
What was the real inspiration for you guys to create a CBD brand?
I hate surgery. And I was a competitive golfer, and I had a torn labrum, and they wanted to cut on me. And I said, well, let me go and try some alternative therapy. And I ended up at an acupuncturist. My chiropractor said, I can't help you. Go see this acupuncturist. And my arm was frozen, and she stuck all those needles in me, and she unfroze it, but it still had a lot of pain, and I didn't know. I mean, it was moving, but I was not in good shape. And she opened her curtain, and she says, you need some magnesium and some of this and some of that. And then she said, you need CBD. And I said, well, what is CBD? And she says, well, it's cannabidiol. And I said, well, what is that? And she says, it's the extract from cannabis. I said, well, I'm in recovery for a very long time. I said, I can't take any mood altering substances. And she says, it doesn't have any THC in it. And I said, you have unleaded weed. Why? And she says, you have to talk to this doctor in Colorado. And she wrote down a number, a 310 number, Colorado, or 303. And I called up, and it must have been a slow day. And I spent over 2 hours on the phone. I had done my research, and I asked him every question he could. And he explained to me about the endocannabinoid system and this and that. And he talked me into a 500 milligram tincture for $200. And that was a lot of money back then. Still a lot of money. And I said, okay, I want to do it. And it came in the mail, and it was in a brown bottle with no label and a brown paper envelope. So I thought to myself, well, I guess I got taken. And but I believed in the guy, so I said I'm going to go through with it. And I put it under my tongue, like he said. I rubbed it into my shoulder, even though he didn't tell me to. And 2 weeks later, I was hitting golf balls, not pain-free, but to the point that I knew I was going to recover. And within about 6 weeks, I was fully recovered, and I've been taking it every day since that time. So that was my inspiration. But I'll tell you, the inspiration is reinforced and continues every day because we get thousands and thousands of testimonials from clients whose lives have been impacted for the better. And it's not, it's as Matt said, we're on a mission, and that mission is to spread wellness, and we're able to do that. We're really happy and grateful for that opportunity.
So what's one of your #1 selling products and why?
Best-selling products here are going to be our 1,000 milligram berry tincture. Tincture is still the most popular way. The largest number of people are getting their CBD through tincture right now, and it shows in the sales. The flavoring we use is really top-notch there. So most CBD tinctures, you're going to have a very earthy vegetation taste, and we offer that natural as well. There's some people that just like that flavor. But the feedback we get on our berry flavoring, on our peppermint flavoring, it's pretty astonishing at just how much people enjoy, taking their tincture, getting their CBD, and they're surprised at the fact that they enjoy the flavor as well. So that with the fact that you're taking it sublingually, it's getting directly into the bloodstream through absorption under the tongue. It's very simple to use. And it goes a long way. 1,000 milligram tincture, that's close to 33 milligrams a day.
Yeah, which is a pretty good dose.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a little bit of credit here. I came from a background of food and beverage, so that fruit blend is it took 42 tries in the lab to come up with that. But it's 9 fruits and berries: guava, papaya, mango, tangerine, strawberry, watermelon, blueberry. Sure, I'm forgetting something else in there, but it took quite a bit. But when we got it, it was just one of those aha moments where we said, "This is it," and she served us well.
And quickly on the heels of the tincture, the number of gummies that we sell, especially like melatonin and CBD combined gummies, it's astonishing. People are really looking to incorporate CBD into their daily regimen. So it's grown so much from vape. Vape was actually a very effective way to get CBD into your system, but not everybody vapes. And, we don't go around encouraging people who don't vape to start vaping. So it was amazing to watch this vape culture that embraced CBD and started getting the health benefits from CBD first. And then everything grew out of that. The tinctures, the topicals, the gummies,
sprays,
oral sprays,
gel caps.
And it
continues.
Yeah.
Transdermal patches. The food items, the edibles, going into chocolates and coffee and beverages will be the next evolution as soon as FDA approves that. We've done a lot of R&D on that already. We just, we're ready. We just want to be sure that it's compliant when we put it out.
So tell me one of your favorite stories from a customer using one of your products.
Well, one of the most amazing things about this is I actually have a personal experience. We make a line of pet products as well. So going back a little ways, I have a small dog that had a really severe accident. Fell, looked like it was going to be touch and go there for a while. We were kind of preparing ourselves for the worst. The spinal cord wasn't broken, full x-rays and all that. But, weeks went by without the dog being able to use the lower half of its body. So, myself and my wife we're kind of having those conversations about, what's the quality of life for this dog? How's it going to be able to move on from that? Are we going to be able to move on the way this is? And, I actually was telling Chris about it. I had come into the lab and he's like, give this a shot. So he gives me the strongest dog tincture we make. It's a Great Dane formula, and this is a Chihuahua mix. So that'll give you kind of the levels I was going to. And some of the treats, some of the pet treats that we manufacture. I started giving the treats, started putting the tincture in every meal, and miraculously, within, I'd say about a week and a half, maybe closer to 2 weeks of steady servings, the dog started twitching its leg. It started scratching itself. And now I find myself in a time where the dog can walk. It's not healed. It can't jump up on the bed anymore, but the dog can walk. It can move. It can go outside by itself. And I'm fully convinced that the CBD was the trigger that allowed that inflammation to come down enough that it kind of saved us from making a decision we didn't want to have to make. So it's you hear about the stories, but there's something when it happens to you personally or to somebody in your life personally. I would have to say that's the most amazing one.
That's a great.
Great. So if there's one last thing you could tell your customers that are watching the video right now about you, your brand, or your products, what would that be?
Thank you. We've had customers that have been with us for 4 years. And brand loyalty is, to me, the ultimate testament to what you do. And we've had some that have said, well, I'm going to go try this. And they come back and they say, I tried it, but yours is still the best. So just a lot of gratitude. Really, I started this. It's funny. There's a philosophy that says when you know something in a way that allows for that manifestation to occur. Well, that's exactly what happened with me and CBD and this company and this organization, is that I had a little bit of a vision of what I thought it could be. And I was able to bring that to market in a way that was kind of against all odds back in the day. But it brought me Matt and Darren and Rod and John, my old ex-partner who recently passed away, allowed us to come together as a unit and create this. And I think that if it weren't for the feedback and the purchasing from our client base, our customers, our family, we call them the Blue Moon Hemp family, then none of this is possible. So it's only with the heartfelt gratitude and a full heart that I say thank you.
Yeah, I would have to say these, Chris touched on it earlier, and, these are crazy times. There's people out there fighting for their health, fighting for change. It's just, there's momentum and there's movement picking up across the country in 100 different aspects. And, this is just something that can help everybody. The anxiety, the aches and pains, the inflammation, quality of life is what we're about. And this is something that everybody out there fighting for something, this can help you out there.
Yeah, we have a hashtag. It's crazy, stay calm.
Yes.
So take your CBD every day, put the salve on where it hurts. Tell us your story. We love to hear your stories. We have a forum for that on our website. But anything that you want questions, put them in our info at bluemoonhemp.com or info at swissrelief.com. They go directly to our resident guru who will answer you personally. Follow us on social media at Blue Moon Hemp, at Swiss Relief, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And we'd love to hear from you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Peace out.